Whenever we're stressed or overwhelmed, these are the 4 nervous system reset tools that we use at home. One tool is for the body. This one is stimulating the vagus nerve, which is powerful for the reset. The next one is for the brain, which is where it all starts. The next one is a frequency-based tool that's super cool, works. I mean, the CIA uses this tool, really good. And the last one, might I argue, is the most powerful tool, and it's one that you can use anytime, anywhere, and it's completely free.
We've actively tracked all of these 4 tools that we're going to share with you today with HRV, EEG, and multiple other testings over the past 5 years. And what we found is quite astonishing. From increasing your HRV all the way to lowering down your stress, as well as boosting your emotional resilience. These 4 tools are the most reliable and also, quite frankly, easy to access no matter where you are in the world.
So most of us don't notice how stressed we are until we're at that beyond state, the burnout state. And in America, over 50% of people when asked are already in that burnout state.
We used to experience the same highs and lows, and it was really tiring to constantly have no balance in life. And so what we're about to show you is a way for you to create a harmony between the busy world that we're living in and family, kids, life that is demanding even more so.
So when you start to get that overstimulated, anxious feeling, you might get that tightness in your chest, the racing thoughts, super irritable, and these are all signs that your body is telling you to slow down and regulate.
Mostly for me, I used to find it through coffee. If you drink coffee or tea, you take any sorts of substances to enhance your performance, you might get even more tired after. It might make you more drained. And it's that cellular drainage that takes up from all of the stress that we're exposed to today.
These 4 tools help us reset our nervous systems before we hit that burnout.
So first tool is Apollo Neuro. We've been wearing this for about 3 years. It's been absolute game changer when it comes to this vibrational device that communicates directly to your vagus nerve, either through your wrist, sternum, or your ankle.
So some people think that their vagus nerve is just like right here behind their ear, but your vagus nerve actually goes through your entire body. So you can see that wearing it on the inside of your wrist is actually a direct connection to your vagus nerve.
Now, what I found is, at first, I didn't really believe in this device because I was wearing it maybe once or twice a week. What I've learned is that if you don't actually wear it enough times, at least 2 to 3 hours a day, and ideally you wear it during the day and at night, you actually don't see the response. And now I put it on, and within literally seconds, I instantly feel there's a response feeling, that feedback that comes from this device.
Yeah, so what the Apollo is doing is it's sending little tiny vibrations to your nervous system, telling your nervous system that you're calm, that you're safe. And it's actually over time training your nervous system to feel that way, especially in situations that may feel you anxious or stressed. So for example, if you know that going to work makes you feel anxious and stressed, or talking in front of a group of people, you can go ahead and put this on, and it's constantly whispering to your nervous system, you're safe, you're safe. And so when you get in that situation next time, your nervous system is already being trained to feel more calm and more in control.
Now, this is all scientifically validated. They've done plenty of research from PTSD all the way to just the daily anxiety livers.
Yeah, I think they have over 17 clinical studies already out proving the efficacy of this device.
Personally, I love to using it. So first thing in the morning, I put on calm. So there's different sequences of vibrations. And at the morning, we are most prone to high cortisol levels because that's what wakes us up. And how do we balance it out? Well, I literally, first thing, I'm trained to do that. The second part is, especially in the afternoon, if you feel a bit tired, sluggish, I love to put focus on instead of using coffee or caffeine that could cause more stress on your body. And then last hour of the day, I put unwind, which kind of brings up the sleeping part of us. And then there's a sleep one, which actually is directly integrated with HRV device. So if you have Oura Ring or Whoop or any other devices out there, you can integrate it. So as you're falling out of deep sleep, it will vibrate you back into deep sleep. And this is the coolest metric out of it all. It has given us extra 30 minutes of sleep, in deep sleep every single night, which this is really the key to healthy nervous system.
Yeah, and one other thing I'd like to add that's cool about the Apollo is that it's totally safe for kids, and kids respond really, really well to vibration. If you have a child maybe that has special needs, or it's just a little bit colicky or having trouble focusing, then this is great for their nervous system as well.
Now, here's the next golden nugget. This is a light therapy from Neurovisor. It found us about 3 years ago when we were in Europe for our conference, and someone was like, hey, there's this box with a bunch of flickering lights, put it on. And I'm like,
we were both like,
what is this at first? Yeah, but then after we had a completely, I would say almost mystical experience. And what was really wild about this device, it instantly induces theta. And so at first it's a shocker. It's like, wow, there's a lot going on. It's kind of, if you think of it as a hormeosis for your brain. And that's the state of slight stress that causes immense benefits. And maybe you can touch up some of the main benefits of that.
Yeah, so what the Neurovisor is doing, think of the body. When we go to the gym, we pick up weights and it puts tiny stressors on our muscles, which over time makes our muscles stronger. The Neurovisor has light stimulation, and in this scenario, the lights themselves are the stressor on the brain. So the brain is trying to figure out what's going on, and in that process, your brain is getting stronger, becoming more resilient. And in the clinical study that they did, they found that all the participants dropped into a slower brainwave state, a more theta-like brainwave state. And we know from research that you do your best subliminal rewiring and healing in the theta state. So that's why it's super, super effective at getting you out of a anxious, depressive, or emotional state and switching you into a more calm, focused, relaxed state.
Now, it's got over 100 different sequences. So from non-sleepers, there's a whole circadian rhythm to follow, all the way to different brainwave states. So there's a gamma-driven, alpha, beta, depending on what you're looking to do any given day. There's also dehabituation, and they use them in the NDR to process traumas. And my favorites are, there's a drug-free microdose. Based on the Johns Hopkins studies of microdosing, there's a way how you can actually microdose for your brain in a sequence. It's like a course that you repeat once a day. And that's where I found the biggest differences, especially in adaptability, resilience, being able to take on stress much more, and instantly go into these deep restorative states, which normally could take you hours if you can even get there during our meditations.
Yeah, this one's a really fast tool to just snap you out of whatever state you're in almost immediately. So really, really good tool for especially people that have like rigid brains or are very, very like stuck in their habits.
It's the coolest party trick. That's the bonus tip.
Yeah.
Like you put this on someone and they are like, wow, what is this? They see shapes, colors. It's really, really wild what it actually does on top. All right, so the third one is Calm app. This is actually really fascinating and another, incredible device that used to cost $15,000 just the front end, and it was sold to thousands of clinics to use as a supplement to anesthesia.
Used to supplement anesthesia. So instead of using anesthesia, they would use Calm.
And they actually constantly use it at a dentist, also for minor operations. And CIA uses it, Navy SEALs are using it. So they have tasked a team of 50 neuroscientists to figure out how can they make the same impact to our brain without actually using the expensive device. And so after literally a couple years in research and process, they were able to actually force your brain into different states. Now, I kid you not, this stuff works beyond, whenever we're on a flight, we love using this rescue thing. And what it does, you can choose the time and it puts you straight into that deep theta state. It takes 2 minutes.
This one's so crazy. It's one of those ones too, if you're in the middle of your workday and you need a power nap, you put this on and you wake up 20 minutes later and you're like, where did I go? What happened? How did that work so well?
And you wake up always 2 minutes before and restored.
Yeah, so it drops you into that state and then it pulls you out as well with the sound.
And they're changing your brain waves. So they're basically forcing your brain into different states. Now, my favorite, it's called the Ignite. Specifically, I use the Triumph, and what that does, that stimulates gamma. So if you ever have anxiety, that takes it off, but also it prepares your brain for high performance. You know, gamma has been studied by many people to see the immense benefits from performance, but also into that mystical spiritual rewiring. The other parts is you have the traditional, you know, beta. That's more for the morning. If you need to wake up, we like to put that on to just stimulate, you know, focus.
The deep sleep, our daughter literally knows the sound of it. So like we'll be in the car and then we'll put it on and she'll start crying because she knows she's gonna be out in a few minutes.
Yeah, like seriously, we're not just saying this, it's wild what it does.
And then she's calm and then she falls asleep and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it truly works. And the coolest part is it's just an app. So if you are on budget and you're looking to do something that's not as expensive, highly recommend. And it comes, I believe, with a 7-day trial. So that way at least you can use it. Now, just like with everything, use it at least 2-3 times a day, just so you can play with it. Because that's what we do with all of the things that we try is, you know, we give it way more than 2-3 times a day. We go all in, we measure it. And after we see the results, we actually start sharing about it, just like what we're doing right now.
Moving into our last, most powerful tool, the tool that you always have with you at any point in time, and that is your breath.
I love you, honey. We love breathing together. That's a pro tip before we even get to it. But anyway, breath is life. Breath is what you're born with, and breath is what you die with. But if you've noticed, what happens within every single situation of your life is guided through your breath. Your breath is either unconscious, which is when we are using shallow breathing. A lot of times we tense up, and guess what does that stimulate? Sympathetic nervous response. And this is why so many of us are consciously living on an autopilot, forgetting that the power is coming back to our breath. So there is so many different breathing experiences that we curate all over the world. And we've learned, again, through measuring it, what actually happens into thousands of people, what breaths do what thing. Here's the key to breath. Whenever you feel stressed, whenever you want to increase your heart rate variability or stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, you want to double the time on exhale. So if you're feeling a lot of stress, like you're really just like need to go back down, I always say just focus on as long of an exhale out your mouth as possible. So you basically blow the air out. So as you can see, it's just long, steady breath. And if you are very analytical and you need to count, start with 4 seconds in through your nose and then double it on exhale out your mouth for about 8 seconds. So 4, 8. Now you can increase it as far as you like. Just always double the time on exhale. If you are looking to coordinate your breath on a daily basis, what is the gold standard? You actually use rhythmical breath, and this is same length on inhale as same length on exhale, in and out your nose. This is the gold standard to increase your heart rate variability and lower down the stress. So as you're listening, talking, getting on a computer, working, keep on coming back to a rhythmical, long, deep, subtle breath through your diaphragm. Pro tip, if you're looking to do more of a deep stimulation, we can share with you down below a simple quick system reset exercise that you can use. So that way you can do deep breathing, which requires a little bit more training. So that way you can feel safe.
And if you're a visual learner like me, we've already made a video on how to reset your nervous system super quickly. We've made a YouTube video. We're gonna link that down below for you. If you want more tools like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. At our channel here, we talk about everything regarding Earth 2.0 lifestyle. So that means regulating your nervous system is the new rich. That means any new longevity, biohacking, cutting edge things that's gonna help you live a longer, happier life, including everything luscious lifestyle.